A very good day to you. This is, of course, a chat up with me, Jamie, right here on Relax Radio. Now, on Relax Radio, we are spelled without the X in relax because we are all about that positivity. And today we've had very interesting conversation about how you can be successful, about how you can be positive. And if you want more content like that, if you want to have good conversation, all you gotta do is make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. You could definitely call me up and let me know what you're thinking. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Love to hear your perspective. Love to hear your opinion. You could definitely call me up and share with me your thoughts. Or you could just drop in our social media and say hi to me because I would love to hear from you as well. Now, with that being said, I also want to remind you to download our app on your phone because it's available absolutely free of charge on iOS and Android. So make sure that you do download our app on your phone right now. Now, today, right now, actually, I do want to talk about something I would say is kind of controversial, and it's something that has been on the forefront of, media news, entertainment news for some time. But I thought I want to give you a little update with what exactly is happening with the Harvey Weinstein case. Now, if you have no idea what's happening, that's okay. I will give you a little update, but it's more than likely that you've already heard about the whole scandal, and I want to just give you certain updates of what exactly is going down and how exactly this scandal unfolded. Now, first of all, just to give you like an overview, all of this started in 2017, the 5th of October 2017. Hollywood mogul, he is one of the, at least up until 2017, he was one of the most respected and looked up upon people from Hollywood, and Harvey Weinstein, but is now found guilty of two courts in his sexual assault trial more than 2 years after the first allegations against him emerged. So, when exactly this started is in 2017, like I told you before. According to New York Times, I think, was the first that published a story detailing decades of allegations of sexual harassment against Harvey Weinstein. Now, the first person, if I'm not mistaken, that came up and spoke about this, the actresses that came up and spoke about this, is Rose McGovern and Ashley Judd. And they are among the first few women who actually came forward to speak of the years of abuse that has been carried out by Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein. Now, among the accusations are that he forced women to massage him and also engage in unconsensual sexual acts, and he also promised to help them advance their careers in return for sexual favors. Now, for me to even say that out loud, it's just depressing, honestly, and it's such a cliche, I guess, with Hollywood in itself. But I think the main takeaway from all of this that's happening is the fact that people actually spoke up, because according to a lot of actresses that spoke up, this has been going on for quite some time. But only in 2017 was where actresses actually got the courage to speak up about what was happening to them. Now, Weinstein issues an apology in 2017, acknowledging that he has caused a lot of pain, but disputes, or rather disputed, the allegations that he had harassed female employees over nearly 3 decades. Now, Weinstein says that he is taking a leave of absence from the Weinstein Company and is working with a therapist, and he said that in 2017. Now, for me, what's crazy is the fact that there already is so much that is unfolding back in 2017, where people are actually following actress Rose McGovern and Ashley Judd. Following them, there were so many people that started to speak up about this entire scandal, but he still had the guts to actually deny all of the allegations and said he has caused distress, but none of them were sexual related, or none of them were a sexual harassment. Allegations were basically redundant. That is what he said. So the gut to even do that, for me, is absolutely disgusting. There were so many other things unfolded after that. In This is a few days after that first allegation. So that was in 5th October 2017. In 10th October 2017, allegations from 13 more women were published in the New Yorker magazine, including three accusations of rape, which Weinstein strongly denied at that time. Now, Hollywood A-lister Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie say they were harassed by Weinstein as well. Paltrow says she was propositioned as a 22-year-old, while Jolie refers to a bad experience during her youth. Now, aside from all of this, Weinstein's wife, Georgina Chapman, announces that she's actually leaving him and that her priority is her young children. It's actually so sad to me that a person could even think of doing something like this, especially coming from such a good background, coming from a place where people actually looked up to him. He was somebody that, inspired everybody in the artistic entertainment industry. And to be coming from that, it is actually so, so saddening. But I guess the good news is that Harvey Weinstein is actually okay. Wait, before we get into what exactly he was charged, he is facing charges currently, and that is amazing that there is justice being served for his actions. Obviously, the misconduct and the harassment that a lot of women actresses had to endure is never going to be repaid, or it's never going to be compensated. But at least the fact that he is held accountable and that he is receiving retribution for his actions is good to know. Now, Selma Hayek, Rose McGowan, like I just told you, Gwyneth Paltrow are among dozens of women who have come forward with the allegations, ranging from as serious as a rape to sexual harassment by obviously Harvey Weinstein. He is currently facing 5 charges relating to 2 women in New York. He has previously admitted his behavior has caused pain, but again, he seems to be saying that these allegations are patently false. Now, the spokesperson has said rather that any allegations of non-consensual sex are actually denied, and there were never any acts of retaliation against the women who turned them down. But of course, the women have very different stories, and for me, it was beautiful about how so many women actually came forward and spoke up. And that, I guess, is the lesson that we could learn from this. The lesson that all of us can learn from this is that if something's happening to you, you need to speak up about it, not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of everyone around you. And I don't just mean when it comes to sexual cases or harassment, whatever it is, even if it's harassment at work, whatever it is, there is absolutely no point of you being silent. I know the circumstances are obviously should be trying, and it's so much easier than done to actually speak up. But then again, you only have a one life this earth, and if you're controlled by somebody else, say if it's harassment at work, whatever kind of harassment it is, if you are constantly facing this negative energy, negative behavior, wherever you are, it is going to affect you. And what you need to remember is it's not just affects you, but it also is going to set a precedent for everybody else that comes after you as well. That's why, even no matter how minor it is, even if it's bullying, either where you study or where you work, whatever it is, you need to speak up about it, and action needs to be taken, especially because we live in an age where people are more knowledgeable about these things, which is why action needs to be taken. And trust me when I say it's not going to be easy, but there's definitely people out there who will hear your story, because social media in general has been very accepting of lending a ear to stories of women and other people that have been unjustly treated. So that is something good to know. Again, I want to just tell you that in 29th May, again, going back to the Harvey Weinstein scandal, in 2020, that's the 29th of May, Weinstein was accused of sexual assault by 4 further women rather, and he serves a 23-year prison sentence. Court documents filed in New York in May alleged several sexual offenses dating from 1984 to 2013. One of the 4 anonymous women was 17 at the age of an alleged attack. Now, on 5th April, the reason I actually brought this topic up is because on the 5th of April, that is yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, actually a few days back, on the 5th of April 2021, that's this year, Weinstein's lawyers launched an appeal against his conviction, arguing that the judge made errors that denied his right to a fair trial. Now, see, a lot of people believe that this is absolute not nonsensical and it's not true, but I guess there's two opinions, and that's what Weinstein's lawyers have said. They want to launch an appeal against his conviction, and that a lot of people, or rather his lawyers, are saying that fundamental principles of New York law has been violated and was violated in Mr. Weinstein's constitutional rights. Now, that is why I wanted to talk to you about this. Of course, you are open to your own opinion. You definitely have your own opinion about this as well. But whatever it is, again, I want to remind you to speak up if you're being treated unjustly, because you deserve the absolute best life and you deserve to live your best life as well. So make sure that you do speak up, not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of those around you as well. With that being said, I want to remind you also to keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio, because we have a more interesting conversation coming right up.